Newcastle's 2025-26 season did not go according to plan. The team returned to the Champions League for the second time in 3 seasons and actually made decent progress in the competition, reaching the knockouts for the first time. But it came at a price. Isn't that always the way? Can't have it all, I suppose. Domestically, Newcastle's form suffered due to a series of factors, not just balancing their European commitments. A disappointing summer window in which 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗥𝗔-𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗠 went on strike to force through a move to Liverpool essentially set the tone for the season. The club brought in the likes of 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝗍𝗂, 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗧, Jacob Ramsey and Aaron Ramsdale, the latter signing designed to challenge Nick Pope for the number 1 spot at St James's Park. Unfortunately, both England keepers had difficult seasons, and for that reason, Newcastle are in the market for not 1, but 2 stoppers this summer. Usually, teams will sign a new first-choice keeper, pushing the previous incumbent down the pecking order, or as a replacement for the last man to wear the gloves. So, why are Newcastle after 2 keepers in the same summer? Well, Ramsdale was only on loan from Southampton, and his performances didn't really merit a permanent move. You don't need to be a spy to work that one out. He offered something different by way of ball playing, but from a shot-stopping perspective, didn't cut the 𝗬𝗫𝗍𝗫 mustard. Pope, meanwhile, isn't getting any younger at 34 and has just 1 season left on his deal. John Ruddy, remember him? Trusty backup and intimidatingly tall in person, by the way, is moving on, so it's pretty much all change. So what do Newcastle need? Well, they need a safe pair of hands and feet. Pope's shot-stopping is among the best in the Premier League, but he's also made errors that have cost Newcastle throughout his tenure as Toon number 1. Do I need to mention storming out of goal to foul Mo Salah and being sent off before the 2023 Carabao Cup final?
There's a break on, Salah's galloping, Alisson's kick is in the right direction. Pope, he's in big trouble here. He goes, it's all going Liverpool's way.
Or the goal 𝗬𝗫𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 scored for Marseille in the Champions League last season.
Up it goes to Aubameyang, the keeper's come out, Pope stranded, Aubameyang has bent it in!
Don't look too long at the photo of Pope shouting at the former Arsenal striker, trying to put him off after misjudging how quickly he could reach a loose ball miles from the safety of his penalty area, because it's not pretty, but it is funny. It's clear Newcastle wanted someone to challenge Pope last summer. They went after James Trafford but lost out to Man City, so ended up with Ramsdale. As we can see from the graphic provided by Transfermarkt, Pope is much better at saving shots, but over the course of the season has conceded more goals than he would have been expected to, based on the quality of shots faced. Newcastle went for Ramsdale because he's good on the ball, the complete antithesis to Pope, whose pass completion of 60% this past season is among the poorest in the Premier League. Ramsdale, on the other hand, had roughly 66% success rate. Better, but by no means groundbreaking. That said, the loanee isn't as effective as a sweeper or at dominating his box, which Pope very much is. So who should they sign? Well, Newcastle fans have long suspected that Eddie Howe prefers working with British players, perhaps because it's easier to convey his ideas as a coach, first and foremost. That's fine, but it makes things interesting given who Newcastle have been linked with in recent weeks. Now, a bit of a disclaimer here, I am going to butcher the pronunciation of the following team and the player's name. I'm sorry in advance, I stopped taking French at school when I was 14. You know what, it might be useful to even get the spelling up on screen, because Stade Reims' Ewen Jaouen kept 15 clean sheets in France's Ligue 2 last season, and clean sheets are a pretty good place to start if you're measuring how effective a goalkeeper is. Jaouen had a 67% save percentage, just shy of Pope's in the Premier League, and significantly greater than Ramsdale's. And crucially, he looks good on the ball too. He's not flawless, Jaouen. I could certainly recommend simpler pronunciation of his surname, but he has also committed 1 or 2 errors which have led to goals. However, at 6'5" and a bit, he's good at controlling the box too, so it kind of balances out. Back to his passing though, Jaouen's pass accuracy was 72%, an improvement on Pope and Ramsdale by some degree. He's also comfortable and accurate when playing long, which is a combination Newcastle haven't really had from their goalkeeping options in recent years. It's reported that Jaouen has been to Newcastle, visited the training ground, and even asked, "Where's the tuxedo princess these days like?" Well, maybe not the last one, but you get the gist. It's a move which seems advanced. Reims aren't going back up to Ligue 1 either, despite finishing the season strongly, so it's not like he'll cost the earth. At 20 years old, the idea is probably for Jaouen to challenge Pope during the final year of his contract, before then becoming number 1 once he departs. So, in short, watch this space. Do you want more from 442? Then why not join our community with a completely free membership? There's loads of benefits, including extra content, quizzes, Q&As, fan discussions, plus plenty more. All you have to do is click the link in the description and sign up with your email. But you know what? If Howe wants a goalkeeper who speaks already perfect English, has a track record of being a top stopper in English football, and again, won't break the bank, I've got another one for you, Eddie. Stoke City's Victor Johansson has been one of the Championship's best goalkeepers over the past 3 or 4 years, and consistently so. Still only 27, he's a wee boy by goalkeeping standards. See what we've done there to justify getting him into this video series? Johansson had a 75% save percentage this past season. Tick. 70% pass accuracy, tick. Is comfortable operating as a sweeper keeper, tick. And claims high balls pretty regularly and assuredly too. That's another tick. And almost forgetting, Johansson's distribution is Premier League standard. He's very good in this department. His long ball accuracy was 41% this season, which probably means nothing to you, and rightly so. It likely means you've got mates and get out the house occasionally. Hopefully we'll have a graphic here comparing Johansson's long pass completion rate this season with the likes of Pope, Ramsdale and the Premier League average. But if not, you'll just have to take my word for it. Johansson is a Sweden international, but take it from me, his English is better than most of you who took the subject at GCSE. And he's got international teammate 𝗬𝗏𝗏 to ask what being an adopted Geordie is like. He started out in English football at Aston Villa, joining the club at the age of 17 from Swedish side Hammarby. Johansson never got on the pitch for Villa, their loss if you ask me, or Leicester, who he moved to shortly after, but he's been embedded in this country for the past 10 years, with spells at Rotherham and right now Stoke. It was actually in the press room at Rotherham that I first encountered Johansson. He came to do post-match interviews after a championship game I was covering, and I have to say he was very, very pleasant, down to earth, and from that point on, I've kept one eye on his career. Now, in my humble opinion, I think it's time he represented a Premier League club. My Premier League club. There is an argument that is contrary to everything I've just said though, and it's that if you put Ramsdale or Pope in France's second tier or the Championship, then they'd look much better than they have been lately. Inversely, how would Jaouen or Johansson fare in the Premier League? Widely regarded as the toughest, most competitive in the world. It is, after all, a much higher level than what they're currently playing at. Well, it's a gamble. To an extent, all transfers are. But look at what North East neighbour Sunderland did with Robin Roofs last summer. They signed him for a reasonably low transfer fee, by modern standards at least, from Dutch 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏 side 𝗬𝗏 not even one of the Netherlands' big boys. And they made him first choice at the Stadium of Light. He's repaid them with top performances and shown he's more than capable of mixing it in the Premier League. So who's to say that this pair couldn't do the same for Newcastle? So there we have it, 2 young-ish goalkeepers for Newcastle to sign this summer. Ross Wilson, you have my number, don't be afraid to call. And remember to subscribe to FourFourTwo for more Boys A Bit Special, unique stories, wonder kids, scout reports, football documentary shorts, and so much more. Recommend us to a friend too. Consider us the perfect gift, just in time for the World Cup. Until we see each other again, bye for now.